victory royale, yeah, Fortnite, we bout to get down.
Jarvis. Back when he was part of FaZe Clan and went by FaZe Jarvis, he made loads of Fortnite videos which each got millions of views. However, for many of these videos, he used aimbot and other third-party services to cheat on the game for some extra clicks. The developers of Fortnite, Epic Games, caught wind of this and decided to permanently ban Jarvis from playing it ever again. The company has strict guidelines, especially when it comes to cheating. In response, Jarvis released this apology video on November 3rd, 2019 titled, "I've been banned from Fortnite, I'm sorry." He starts it off by telling viewers how much playing Fortnite means to him, and how much it's affected his career.
I'm not sure how many of you know this, but I've actually been permanently banned on Fortnite for life. Recently I posted some videos of me using aimbot in solos and playground mode, and just all I was thinking about whilst I was making those videos was just how entertaining and like interesting these videos would be for you guys to watch. It didn't even cross my mind to think that I could be banned for life on Fortnite from those videos.
He tries to rationalize his use of cheats, explaining how he could have never imagined facing consequences for it. Halfway through, he starts crying, having to wipe away tears from his face as he elaborates further. He legitimately acts like a kindergartner who got put in timeout after playing too rough at recess.
I know now how big of a mistake this was, and like, it's just, there's nothing I can... Epic Games, you know, I know how big of a mistake I made, and like... I'm truly like so sorry. Epic, I know I have to take accountability for my actions, and you know I'm gonna do my best to accept any punishment.
He pleads to Epic Games for forgiveness by pledging to be a better person. He knows he has to face punishment, but still wants to find a way for the ban to be reversed. The comments were filled with his 12-year-old fans showing support, with many wanting him to be unbanned. Despite the waterworks coming out of this little boy's face, Epic Games declined to reverse the decision. A year after he was banned, Jarvis staged a livestream where he played Fortnite once again, this time having his username hidden, though for a split second, people were able to see it, and Epic Games banned this account as well. In mid-2021, both Jarvis and his brother Kay were involved in the Save the Kids pump and dump scheme. This resulted in Jay being removed from FaZe Clan, while Jarvis was suspended and never returned. Idubbbz. His apology is easily the most divisive on this list, as it came out during the midst of some harsh drama he was in. Ian's video, I Miss the Old Idubbbz, uploaded on May 18th of this year, details his regrets when it came to his old content, specifically his use of slurs, which he would occasionally use in comedic ways around 2015 to 2019. He points out his old Content Cop series, in particular the Tana Mongeau episode where he went up to her in person and said the gamer word. What many seem to forget is that Ian did this to bait her into making one of her fake storytime videos, to which he compared his footage. This not only exposed her as a liar, but also a hypocrite. She called out Ian for using the gamer word, despite using it herself in a derogatory way. Ian now feels regret over this and apologizes to Tana, which she doesn't think she deserves.
I particularly want to apologize to Tana. Tana, I'm sorry. I should have never made that video. I harassed Tana in person and then harassed her online, and that's deplorable behavior. It's so stupid.
I kind of think I like deserved that. And maybe that's like dark, like to say, but like I don't feel like I'm owed an apology.
Now that's not the reason why I placed this video on this list. That would be for the other comments he made regarding Content Cop. He apologizes for those videos being allegedly harmful and cruel towards those he made them on.
I'm sorry to everyone that I made Content Cop videos on. I still don't like the majority of you, and that's fine, but I can recognize that you did not deserve the hate and harassment that I sent your way.
A few of them, namely Keemstar, RiceGum, and Leafy, didn't give a shit. I also find this highly hypocritical, as only 2 weeks prior he released his Froggy Fresh video. This is basically a Content Cop video where he tries to rationalize kicking Froggy Fresh from his charity boxing event, Creator Clash 2. The reason was because he trained with somebody Ian doesn't like. But really, he just unnecessarily makes fun of the guy, presents clips of Froggy badmouthing the event and falsely states they came up before he was kicked, and mislabels him a misogynist. I would definitely describe that as harmful and cruel, as most of what Froggy did didn't warrant such a video. Ian also just comes across as pathetic in this video. He sits there all defeated and talks about his past like he committed war crimes or something. All he really did was make edgy videos back in 2016 and jokingly use no words for shock value. He really only did this video to show how much he's changed, which many would be fine with if he wasn't morally grandstanding.
And I'm left wondering, well, what exactly is maturing to you? And then I realize, oh no, you still like being offensive, you still like being vitriolic, you like bullying, you've just politically realigned.
The reception was mixed, and many of those who supported him really only did so because he now politically aligns with them. As soon as the drama died down, so did his views. He now makes like 200,000 views per video despite having over 7 million subscribers, though that too is shrinking.
He fucked me with a toothbrush.
Tana Mongeau. Tana has released quite a few apology videos during her career, some better than others. She's perhaps become known for 3 in particular. One was her apology to the previously mentioned Idubbbz, when she sent fans that harassed him and lied about him for the sake of a storytime video. Then there's TanaCon, an incompetent convention which scammed her fans out of their money and left many others with heat stroke and sunburns. That apology is an hour long, because I guess it takes her smooth brain that long to get to the point. But what we'll be discussing is Tana's 2020 apology over allegations of racism, specifically against her 2 former friends, Colleen Ballinger and Simply Nessa. These allegations had been out there for quite a while, leaving many puzzled on why it took Tana so long to address it in a video. The reason why is because she spent much of that summer going to parties, despite the strict lockdown restrictions in her area. That too she addresses in this video, titled A Long Overdue Apology, uploaded on September 4, 2020. The whole thing is a nothing burger of Tana just saying buzzwords like accountability and irresponsible, which many in the comments made fun of. It just doesn't sound like something she would say, because it's not.
Over the past few months, I've seen the explosive effects of what running from your problems can do and how many people you can hurt by doing that. But I'm aware that making this video about my emotions would do nothing but be another selfish and careless action and further the problem. I want to apologize from the bottom of my heart for being such a big part of canceled culture for the entirety of my career. I don't deserve a platform if I continue to act in such a gaslighting and irresponsible manner, and I'm so sorry for how long I've done that.
The whole thing was definitely scripted, and there are cuts every few seconds. She comes across as angry that she even had to address this in the first place. She really should have just apologized to Colleen and Nessa individually, which both never said happened. She instead talks about them in this video, apologizing for her use of the gamer word and various microaggressions.
It is far past the time I needed to own up to my behavior and take 100% accountability for my actions. And if I had wanted people to see that I'd truly grown, you'd think that my actions would have been in unison with that thought before this moment. I want you to know I'm aware of that, and I am so sorry for how much of a coward I have acted like. It's inexcusable. It's completely inexcusable.
She also mentions her friend Amari Stewart, whom Tana had called a cotton picker and once told her to go back to the plantation. What makes this so ironic is that while all this drama was going down, Tana was constantly promoting Black Lives Matter on her social media. It just makes her come across as this virtue-signaling idiot who only supports certain causes if it makes her seem like a good person. People tend to forget this controversy, usually thinking of the other apologies she made about her past behavior. Surprisingly, she's managed to stay out of big controversies since this, but who knows if another will emerge.
Cooper, I have no idea how I'm gonna record this video, dude.
TmarTn. I'm sure a few of you remember the CSGO Lotto scandal, where 2 YouTubers promoted a gambling website to kids which they secretly owned. The story was broken by YouTuber Honor the Call, who detailed how the site was owned by 2 fellow YouTubers, Thomas Castle, aka Pro Syndicate, and Trevor Martin, aka TmarTn. Both had a combined audience of young kids, who tuned in to watch them play video games such as CSGO. In 2016, they began promoting the website CSGO Lotto, which allowed users to gamble on skins. This was flat out illegal, as not only did the site allow kids to gamble, but they didn't disclose themselves as owners while trying to promote it. In their videos, both Thomas and Trevor are shown winning big items on their site. With all this backlash, Trevor posted this apology video in July 2016, which became a massive meme at the time. He starts it off by playing with his dog, trying to act cute for the camera. Gotta love how he filmed this at the entryway of his mansion, with his big truck perfectly posed in the background. How epic. He goes on to love bomb his audience and then tells them that they're stupid. According to him, it was public knowledge that he owned the website, and that he's sorry if he just couldn't figure that out.
So thank you guys for everything that you've done for me and all the opportunities and memories that you've allowed me to create. Now, my connection to CSGO Lotto has been a matter of public record since the company was first organized in December of 2015. However, I do feel like I owe you guys an apology. I am sorry to each and every one of you who felt like that was not made clear enough to you. And I truly, honestly hope that you guys give me an opportunity to earn your trust back.
Trevor then goes on to explain how the site says that those under 18 can't use it, which isn't going to do much to deter them. Plus, he's promoting it on a channel with lots of younger viewers.
I've seen a lot of people focusing on the under the age of 13 section of our privacy policy. All this section states is that we do not knowingly record information of children under the age of 13 years old in compliance with the COPPA Act. This has nothing to do with and does not mean that we condone minors under the age of 18 to play on the site. Also, and this is very important to me, I believe that every game offered on CSGO Lotto has been legitimate, and I am committed to making sure that that remains true.
It just feels like he's more focused on explaining why he's not a criminal, instead of actually saying sorry to his viewers. And after the dust settled, he never faced any consequences. Despite being investigated by the FTC, they ended up just giving Trevor and Thomas a warning not to pull something like this ever again. TmarTn stopped uploading to his main channel a few years ago, though still posts to a second channel of 5 million subscribers, though hilariously he only gets like 50k on average.
I really hate to say this. I think there's someone hanging right there.
Logan Paul. Definitely the most iconic apology video on all of YouTube. Here Logan is apologizing for his actions on the infamous Tokyo trip, where he ran around the city screaming at people, playing with dead animals, and throwing Pokeballs at random strangers. Though what he mainly addresses was the Suicide Force vlog. On December 31st, 2017, he filmed himself entering the Aokigahara forest, known for the large numbers of people who choose to end their lives there. While hiking through, he films a corpse hanging from a tree. YouTube probably won't even let me show censored footage of it, so I decided to recreate it for you all.
Hey, I really hate to say this. I think I see someone hanging right there. Yeah, I'm not even fucking kidding. What the hell is going on? Why? This is supposed to be a fun vlog.
We found a dead body.
Yup! What the f***, bro? This is a stupid hat to wear.
This video, with the corpse in the thumbnail, remained up for an entire day, gaining over 6 million views before it received mass criticism. Criticism so big that even mainstream news outlets reported on it. Logan initially released a Notes app tweet to apologize, but later posted this video on January 2nd, 2018. It starts off with the iconic line,
"I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize." So what we came across that day in the woods was obviously unplanned, and the reactions you saw on tape were raw, they were unfiltered. None of us knew how to react or how to feel. I should have never posted the video. I should have put the cameras down.
In terms of apologies, it's pretty basic. He seems a lot more sincere than most, though that's not saying much when compared to the others on this list. What I really find baffling about it is that he would have never felt sorry if it wasn't for the backlash. Not only did he film himself laughing at a corpse, but he had the mental capacity to send it to an editor, have it uploaded to his YouTube channel, and kept it up for an entire day. He didn't see anything wrong with it until he faced mass scrutiny. He's only sorry that he got exposed to such a degree. After taking a short hiatus, Logan came back to YouTube and posted content where he chased a dead rat and gave CPR to a dying fish. And his list of controversies has only grown, with him promoting crypto schemes on a daily basis. Myka Stauffer. Myka and her husband James made family vlog type videos, the worst genre on this website. Their niche is that in 2017, they adopted an infant boy from China named Huxley, who had special needs. They were told up front about this during the adoption process, but were naive. Now, many believe the two did this for views, not because they genuinely cared for this boy. They would use him for clickbait, even faking his death at one point allegedly. A few years in, he slowly stopped appearing in videos, which fans began to comment on. She would always give excuses, like that he was taking a nap or playing somewhere off screen, but in reality, he wasn't part of the family anymore. It was announced in May 2020 that the couple would be putting him back up for adoption, which angered many. The reason why was because Huxley was diagnosed with stage 3 autism, which they didn't want to deal with. On May 26, 2020, the two would upload this video titled "An Update on Our Family," where off the bat they come off as hypocrites.
We haven't made this video yet. It's because we've been trying to protect his privacy, his rights, and also just try to not mess up his future that was laid out in front of us. We're trying our best to make sure we don't impact that at all by making this video. And
that's why, like, on Instagram and stuff, I've tried to like let you know as little as I could, but I couldn't tell you anymore because I didn't want to mess anything up.
Ah, yes, you care about your son's privacy. That's why you made multiple videos clickbaiting his health problems. By the way, they repeat the whole privacy spiel multiple more times. They then spend the video rationalizing why they sent their son away, while producing crocodile tears that made them look so pathetic.
Do I feel like a failure as a mom? Like 500%. So when I get like insidious, hurtful comments, it just like really makes it hurt worse. It's not about me at all, but it's just like this journey has been, the last couple months have been like the hardest thing I could have ever imagined choosing to do, because ultimately, after pouring our guts and our heart into this little boy.
They never go into specifics, just that he was hard to deal with. In reality, the two realized that Huxley wasn't making enough money for them and wasn't worth the risk. They put this boy through so much turmoil over their egos. Absolutely messed up. Though luckily the story has a happy ending. Hux was then adopted by a family that, actually gave a shit, and Myka ended her YouTube career soon after. Local authorities did investigate the pair on charges of child abuse, but they were cleared.
So, I got a prank for Cody.
DaddyOFive. Arguably one of the worst family channels to have ever made content on YouTube. The parents, Mike and Heather Martin, would make vlog and prank videos involving their 5 kids, which would get too extreme on more than one occasion. The kid who got it the worst was Cody, the second youngest, who clearly had some sort of psychological condition. The kids would endure verbal and physical abuse, with Mike even encouraging the kids to fight each other for the videos. The DaddyOFive audience didn't really seem to care, and the family didn't face much backlash until April 2017, when one of their prank videos went viral. That would be the invisible ink prank, where Mike and Heather verbally berate Cody over supposedly spilling ink on the carpet, despite them actually doing it.
The hell is that?
What is this?
Cody!
Tell me! I didn't do that!
You tell me what you did!
I swear to God, I didn't do that!
Cody!
All over your carpet! I didn't do that!
It's incredibly hard to watch and got the attention of many big YouTubers. Philip DeFranco would make a series of videos covering the family, which got wider media attention. All this backlash put pressure on the Martin parents, leading them to release this pseudo-apology video on April 19, 2017. In it, Mike and Heather lie about the content being faked in order to downplay the situation.
I was scared, but now I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. The videos are fake. They're fake. They're over-exaggerated. Some videos are scripted. They're just played out. They're the kids' ideas. We act them out.
And we've said that. We've said it's their ideas.
We've said it's their ideas. I put in the video description for entertainment purposes only.
They also mentioned how they've been getting death threats and are in real danger, which is ironic since they were putting their kids in real danger. In one video they allowed Alex, the youngest, to slap Emma in the face for failing to do the water bottle flip. Also, in their interview of Keemstar, they admitted that their videos are real, just a bit exaggerated. They basically spent this whole apology trying to gain sympathy, which failed miserably. A week later, the Martins released a second, more polished and shorter apology video. Most of it is Heather talking about how they just want to be happy, and Mike stares at the floor in anger.
They kind of feel like some of it's their fault, and it's not their fault. It's not. We're the parents, and we should have made better decisions. We could give them a whole lot more than we could give them before, and we just felt like we were doing the best thing that we could for them.
Heather mentions that they're going into family counseling now, which is too little too late. Like many others on this list, they only seemed sorry that they got caught. Also, gotta love how the fade out and fade in transition occurs every 10 seconds. Good editing, guys. Following this video, all the content on their channel would be privated besides that one video. Both law enforcement and the family courts would investigate them, with Heather and Mike facing 2 counts of neglect of a minor. They took a plea deal and got off with 5 years probation. Both Cody and Emma returned to the custody of their biological mother, Rose. The DaddyOFive channel will be terminated in July 2017, though they have made other attempts to produce new content for YouTube.
Kermit the Frog drink the gay potion.
JayStation, aka the king of shitty 3am videos and the drinker of the gay potion. Our man Jason Ether has always been under controversy, due to him breaking into places, making 3am videos on dead celebrities, and for being an actual Satanist. Though the biggest drama he got himself in involved his girlfriend Alexia. On January 21st, 2020, JayStation made a video where he told his viewers that Alexia had died in a car crash caused by a drunk driver. His next video involved him contacting her ghost via a Ouija board, leading to many claiming that he faked Alexia's death. This was pretty much confirmed when Mudahar of Some Ordinary Gamers contacted Toronto and Ottawa police, who told him that she never died. Jay would then confirm this, though he stated that Alexia was in on the hoax. He even showed this video of her recording voice lines, though if you actually listen to it, she's incredibly reluctant to do so.
You just whisper it?
You're so annoying.
I'm not.
Sure.
Can you whisper it? This is the last thing I have to do.
She was 100% down with these videos.
The end goal was for Alexia to be revived in a later video. She'd eventually make a video on her own channel detailing everything, and announcing that she was breaking up with Jay. It was then announced on February 3rd that he was arrested, over charges of assault with a weapon. Apparently the month prior he had thrown his cell phone at Alexia. This matches up with her allegations of abuse. In response to this, Jay released a goodbye video on February 24th. It also doubles as an apology, mainly to his viewers. He addressed his channel being fully demonetized, meaning he'll have to find another source of income. Jay then goes on to spew some bullshit, but that he knows he's a bad dude, he needs to change.
I'm just really sorry for everything I did, and over the last couple weeks, I've deleted 100 million views off my channel of just like negativity. And negativity is just something I don't want to do anymore on YouTube. I don't want to have controversy on YouTube. I don't want to beef with any creators on YouTube.
I'm sure a lot of what he's saying is somewhat genuine, but because it's JayStation, it's hard to believe him. He's always been super scummy and boastful about himself, even in this apology.
Like before I started YouTube, I just thought I had so much to prove to the world, and like, oh yeah, everybody doubted me that I could become something on YouTube, and guess what, I did it. But at the end of the day, I lost everything that's important to me, and including like, I lost who I was as a person. I just really became, over these last few years, just somebody I'm not proud to say I am.
Jeez, he looks like one of those Breaking Bad junkie characters. Oh, and he's got a sarcophagus behind him, which is probably where he sleeps at night like the decrepit mummy he is. Following this apology and the court trial, Jay and Alexia would actually get back together. This didn't last, and Jay has since failed multiple times to start a new YouTube channel.
Do you feel like you are becoming too attached to your dog? I thought this was a really funny question.
Brooke Houts. Brooke is a former YouTuber who was lambasted by the mainstream media and various big YouTubers over a video she posted featuring her dog Sphinx. Sphinx is an 8-month-old Doberman puppy who Brooke showcased in some of her most popular videos. Besides that, all she really did was beauty videos and vlogs. The controversial video in question was uploaded on August 6, 2019, showing her pranking the dog by filling the doorway with plastic wrap. She tries tricking him into walking through it, but her attempts don't work. Many thought this was a bit cruel to do to Sphinx, but what was actually cruel is a clip Brooke forgot to edit out. I won't show it obviously, but she is then seen slapping the dog, pushing him to the floor, shouting in his ear, and seemingly spitting on him, all because the dog was being a bit too playful. After the immediate backlash, Brooke took down the video and re-uploaded it with the clip taken out, but before she did that, many archived the original, leading her to just removing the video entirely. She would then release an apology video not too long after. In it, she really states that she apologizes for offending anyone with the video, which isn't the point. This isn't offensive, it's animal abuse.
I'm not going to sit here and try to justify my actions. I'm just not going to do that. But what I will say is I have never intentionally, willfully, or maliciously hurt an animal, and I never will. What I have done, however, is I've taken this time, this past month or so, to further educate myself in animal training and in animals in general. And I'm now a volunteer at a local animal welfare organization, and so I'm really happy and excited about that.
Oh, good lord, that's the last thing you should be doing. She then states that anybody can go up to her and have a genuine conversation about this, which is just dumb. It seems like a crappy way for her to get some positive attention.
So, thank you for speaking out about things that matter to you. I don't know if anyone has ever said this. This might sound kind of weird, but I just want to encourage you that if you see me in public, I want you to come up, have a genuine conversation with me. I would love to get to know you, and I would love for you to get to know me. And for any YouTuber or other influencers or other public figures even who have commented on this situation, I pray that one day we can meet, because I would love to show you who I really am, and I would love to show you my true heart and personality.
Despite the evidence against her and the numerous calls to police, Brooke was never criminally charged. The Animal Cruelty Task Force for her area stated that there was no crime committed against Sphinx. Following this, Brooke attempted to rebrand herself with her new boyfriend Teal. In January 2021, the two would address Sphinx, who was missing in their recent uploads. They revealed that they had the dog sent away, not before blaming Sphinx's behavior issues on the dog itself. What a joke this girl is.
I'm definitely going to lose some fans. I'm going to lose some friends.
Social Repose. My man Richie is a musician who still hasn't outgrown his teenage emo phase. Most know him for the controversy surrounding his relationship with fellow YouTuber Jacqueline Glenn, who he cheated on. Jacqueline would upload a video detailing it all on November 5th, 2017, titled I'm an Idiot. Here she goes into detail with how much of an utter douchebag Richie is, and discusses the text messages she found on his phone between him and his ex-partner.
There is this girl that he dated briefly, I think, a few years ago. He reconnected with her after his last relationship ended, and they stayed in touch. And a few months after we started dating, like officially started dating, he slept with her.
Richie would post this response video on the same day, where he attempts to tell his side of the story. In reality, it's him making random excuses and trying to stretch the video past the 10-minute mark. It comes across as him really only being sorry for getting caught, as he makes no attempt to say sorry to her. He only directly apologizes to his audience, as what he cares about in the situation is his lackluster reputation.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I let you guys down. I'm going to do better. If you don't want to follow me anymore because you think I'm a shitty person, or because I'm disgusting, or because you can't stand the thought of ever watching me again because of what I did to Jacqueline, I can't make you stay.
He hates the fact that Jacqueline made so much of this public, which she would have had to do since he made their relationship so public. He says it's all her fault for getting too attached to him, and she should have known better.
All the way, we dated for 11 months and I could never talk to her about it just because I was so afraid, because she got so attached to me so quickly.
Oh, and then there's this line.
I met Jacqueline and she was perfect. She was an atheist.
What is he? A moderator in r/atheism? Apparently, Jacqueline commented on this video to correct some things, but he quickly deleted it. Strange choice since this video was directed at her in the first place. His video got torn to shreds almost immediately, mainly by Moist Critical, whose video on it has around 8 million views.
At the same time, everyone did warn her, and...
What an ironclad defense, fucking bulletproof. Jacqueline, you knew what you were getting into. People warned you. You should have expected this from me. You knew this was going to happen. You shouldn't have been surprised. You knew I was going to put my small pee-pee into other lady buttholes. This shouldn't have come as a surprise. This is your fault. It's incredible. He kind of just blames her for this whole thing happening. You should have expected it. This was going to happen, and people told you.
Months later, Richie would post a song reading off tweets Jacqueline made about him, which he later took down. He also unlisted the apology video, though the link is pretty easy to find. Jacqueline would eventually make her own song about Social Repose, where she reads out all of his cheating text messages. And after all these years, the loser is still making videos about Jacqueline, while she has moved on and started a family.
Disappoint you all who have supported me for so many years.
Laura Lee. Laura is a generic beauty YouTuber who got herself into beef with rejected Candyland character Jeffree Star back in mid-2018. During the heat of it, Jeffree revealed some of Laura's racist tweets from back around 2012. In response, she deactivated her Twitter before coming back and posting this generic notes-app apology. She then released a video apology, which made her look even worse. In it, she spends the whole video crying and repeating over and over again that there are no excuses for what she did.
I have no excuses here today. I'm not here to give you an excuse. I have no excuses. I'm only here to say that I'm so sorry. And I hope one day that you guys can save me for the woman that I am.
Laura, could you not just read it off a script and start over or something? Well, she could have, but the crying was all part of the act. It's clearly fake. I mean, she's wiping away imaginary tears from her face.
There's nothing I can say that's an excuse. I'm just sorry. I did that 6 years ago. I wish it was better 6 years ago, but I can't pray for the past. I can only pray for the future.
This video is heavily ridiculed, and many have claimed it's the worst apology video on the platform. And while I somewhat agree, it's not malicious enough to be so. Plus, she released a second apology on September 25th, 2018. She not only addresses things further, but also apologizes for the first video. Yep, an apology for an apology.
I owe you guys a sincere apology. In that video, I come off more as a victim. I am not a victim in any way, form, or fashion in this situation. I'm taking the video down because it doesn't represent me well. I am not taking the video down to try to hide it from you guys or pretend like it didn't happen.
She then shows off the controversial tweets, though blurs them so the video can get monetized. Laura continued to have a career after this, but she's still really only known for fake crying into the camera for 5 minutes.
I have no agenda. I'm not a part of any organized attack to cancel YouTubers.
NickIsNotGreen. Nick got himself majorly involved in the super mega drama, which all began when a former collaborator of the channel, Lex Updog, made a video about them. In it, she claims many things, mainly that the channel owners, Matt and Ryan, covered up her sexual assault. The person who allegedly did so, Dawn, was a collaborator who did the channel art. Lex also alleges that Matt and Ryan left her homeless. Following this, many others began making super mega videos, stating more allegations against them. One of them was Nick, who was friends of Lex's current boyfriend, Ethan Is Online. These all came out around the same time, making many feel like this was a coordinated effort to cancel Super Mega. Nick actually made 2 videos, as they released the first before Super Mega released their responses. In these responses, they state that while they made some mistakes, most of the allegations were false. They even showed evidence of this, like text conversations. In reality, the two never left her homeless, and neither tried covering up her sexual assault. According to Matt, Dawn was fired after they found out about this, and Lex wanted the whole thing to remain private. Following this, Lex unlisted her video and stopped making statements online. Nick, however, kept doubling down, despite people realizing how bogus the allegations were now. On October 27, 2023, Nick released this video to his second channel, shortly after unlisting his first 2 videos. Here he tries explaining himself and attempts to apologize for as little as possible. The only mess up he mentions is when he randomly brought up Ryan's friend who had committed suicide, which was done in bad faith.
After reporting on this story in both of my videos, I will say that I believe Daniel's suicide should not have been a part of the story told by Lex and Layden. I do not think it was necessary information for anyone to include that in their personal story about Super Mega. I do not believe that means that I should ignore and disregard any mention of Daniel in my story, so I included it. I will say I believe there is a difference between exploiting someone's suicide and including it as a part of someone's experience when making a video about the story. I'm sorry that I talked about Daniel in the video. I think it would have been worse for me to ignore it altogether, but I should have condemned it when it originally came up in Lex and Layden's story.
He tries dismissing the notion that he was part of the plan to cancel Super Mega, simply stating he was doing so to raise awareness of Lex's story. This is a contradiction, and he spent half of his first video simply making fun of Matt and Ryan.
Rape apologist gets what he deserves, and it shows Matt getting the absolute shit beaten out of him. Let's just let it play a couple more times. We can keep watching it. I don't think anyone minds letting this loop on repeat. We could just let this go.
He didn't do this to share Lex's story. He very clearly wanted them to face backlash. He even said this in his second video.
Of course, I'm going to take the side of a personal friend of mine when she comes out with a story about her own sexual assault. This isn't like an online, normal thing where I look at all the facts and I make a decision.
He very clearly did this with malintent, but acted the victim because many called him out over this.
Now, if I were to go back and change anything, I do think I should have waited until Matt and Ryan responded to everything before talking about it. In hindsight, that is a big mistake that I will not be making in the future, and I'm sorry for that. I like to report on news as quickly as I can, and I did so with both my videos in this case, but specifically with this story, I should have absolutely waited on a response by Super Mega and made one big video about it rather than separating both stories, and I'm very sorry to everybody involved for making that mistake. I definitely need to take a look at my content and look at the way that I can impact other people as a result of telling my stories. This situation has told me that I need to take a lot more care when it comes to reporting these stories, and I will not make that mistake in the future, and I apologize.
Even his own fan base turned on him, which is rare to see for breadtubers. Nick had rigid intentions from the start. Instead of focusing the drama on the alleged sexual assaulter, he focused it on the two guys who actually did something about it. Nick would end up privating this video as well, and made another apology at the start of his next video. Here he tries to cover his tracks, but then attempts to justify his shitty behavior once more.
I'm realizing pretty late that I was too close to the story, and regardless on my personal feelings for the situation, it was irresponsible for me to involve myself and my platform into a conflict that really had nothing to do with me.
Or at least that's what it looks like. I was trying to go for Nicki Minaj, but this is what happened.
Shane Dawson. Similar to Tana Mongeau, Shane has a long list of apology videos, usually in response to his past content. He has a history of making pedophilia jokes, racist jokes, and putting on blackface. A lot. Like it was this dude's main hobby or something. What many say made it worse is the fact that he has such a young audience, mostly being young teen girls. These controversial clips would resurface every few years, leading him to always respond and try to justify them. Usually public opinion would sway back to his side, but things began to change around 2019. In March of that year, someone reposted a 2013 clip from Shane's podcast, Shane and Friends. In it, he tells a fake story of him humping his cat at age 19.
Move her little chicken legs, spread open or whatever. And I was like, if I just, hump, but, on her tummy, that's not weird. Whatever. And then I humped it, and it kept going. I came all over the cat.
No, you did not.
It was, my first sexual experience.
This led to Shane posting one of the funniest copy pastas of all time. I didn't fuck my cat. I didn't come on my cat. I didn't put my dick anywhere near my cat. I've never done anything weird with my cats. I promised myself I wasn't going to make apology videos after last year's thing, so I'm just trying to be as short as honest with this as possible. Following the Jenna Marbles drama in mid-2020, many began to dig up more controversial clips from Shane's past, including a video where he pretends to jerk off to a poster of Willow Smith. There was also some drama between him and James Charles at the time, so many were trying to find ways to cancel him. In response to an increase in negative attention, Shane released the video Taking Accountability on June 26, 2020. Here he states that all of his other apologies were made out of fear, implying this one will be different. But really it's not, and he made this one out of fear too.
Every apology video I've ever made has been from fear. It's me sitting at home thinking the whole world hates me, and crying and hyperventilating, and then just turning on a webcam and just saying I'm sorry, and then hoping people know I'm a good person, and then it'll go away. And that is stupid. That is something that a child does, not something that a 31-year-old man does. That's not good. Right now is very much a time of wanting people to be accountable, wanting punishment for people, and I agree. And that's why I'm making this video.
Every time he gets himself into drama, Shane rolls over like a scared puppy and shows his belly to the audience. He easily admits defeat instead of ignoring the backlash, especially after releasing the first apology. This is a pattern I notice with lots of online creators, where they keep making apology after apology towards every little thing, which only makes them more susceptible to more drama. Shane also tries to say that he'll be better from this point forward, and that he understands that people want to stop supporting him.
I don't know how to even fully apologize because it seems like something that is irredeemable, or I don't know the right word, but it's something that I shouldn't even be able to get out of. I should lose everything for that.
This is nothing but emotional manipulation on his part, trying to get his audience to pity him as a tortured soul. This isn't him trying to take accountability, it's him trying to save what's left of his reputation. Following this, Shane took a year-long break from YouTube, and only posts 6 videos a year now. And honestly though, who still watches this shit?
Oh my god, I feel like a TikToker doing her first video. What do I do?
What, he raped you? No, but did it feel good though?
No, I didn't.
RiceGum. As soon as 2019 began, many big YouTubers like Jake Paul, RiceGum, and Morgs were under fire for promoting the gambling site Mystery Brand. Now the site itself was super scummy and didn't seem to own anything they were offering as prizes, but what made it worse is the fact that most of these YouTubers' audiences are made up of little children who shouldn't even know of these websites in the first place. But these brain-dead morons didn't care, as they were being offered $100,000 each by Mystery Brand to pretend to receive massive prizes. And many of the initial comments are positive at first, since these kids were dumb enough to believe you can really win good stuff from this site. The first person to call these YouTubers out was Ethan Klein, who mostly focused on Jake's sponsorship with them. He did briefly touch on RiceGum, who then made a response video to the backlash. Uploaded on January 3rd, 2019, he originally titled it, "YouTubers calls me out for mystery unboxing." He changed it to, "This dude calls me out for mystery unboxing," after getting made fun of for the poor grammar. In this 5-minute video, he tries pointing the finger at other YouTubers who did the same promotion, instead of justifying why he took it himself. So basically, he's a snitch. Little snitchy RiceGum.
Ooh, don't even get me started on this last guy, Guava Juice. Got more subscribers than me. Why is no one talking about this guy? And he makes slime videos. Do you know what that means? No one over the age of 10 is watching slime videos. I'm sorry, man. Like, I'd be cursing in my videos, so I got some older kids, younger kids. This guy got all kid fans. Promoted the app 2 months ago. I'm not gonna sit here and just bring up everyone that did the same deal as me. I'm just trying to say this mystery box thing has been on the internet for like 3 to 4 months from other creators, but as soon as I do it, it's a problem.
He mainly addresses the H3 video, but also name drops PewDiePie's video just to brag about the name recognition. He then tries to downplay the situation by bringing up the previously mentioned CSGO Lotto scandal, and how they are both different. People compare the two because they both involved promoting online gambling to kids, the only difference being that Thomas and Trevor secretly own the site. At this point, you're probably wondering if this is even an apology. For the most part, it isn't, until the very end where he says this.
Especially on YouTube, which is supposed to be a reputable site.
It's true. I'm an asshole. Like, what was I thinking? Like, I can't really do much because I already did it. The damage has been done. You guys already saw a money-hungry side of me, and it is what it is. And there's nothing I can really do but say sorry and give you these Amazon gift cards. So I'm sorry. It just wouldn't happen again. Amazon codes $10 to $20. Just a little giveaway. It's the least I can do after this.
Ah yes, take this $10 giveaway as reparations for my dangerous behavior. What makes this even worse is that all these Amazon gift cards expired months earlier, meaning all these codes are worth nothing. I'd say this is malicious, but RiceGum is a fucking idiot, so I'll assume this was out of ignorance. Many continued shitting on Rice for his response, calling it close to a non-apology. He then tried sparking further drama with Ethan before uploading more masterpieces like Girlfriend Fortnite Distraction Challenge.
Welcome, Nick Fuentes.
Hi, what's going on?
And welcome, Gabby.
JustPearlyThings. Pearl is basically the back of the bus window licker of the Red Pill community. That sounds harsh, but it's not far from the truth. This is the girl who thinks women shouldn't vote, which is hilarious coming from someone constantly spreading their opinions online. Though these extreme views she spouts out are really all part of a massive grift. Pearl has been attracting an audience of young 12-year-old boys who think being a misogynist is a personality trait. She's been facing lots of drama this year, with one of the biggest being the time she invited Nick Fuentes on her podcast, The Sit Down Show, in early March. If you're not aware of who Nick Fuentes is, he's a self-admitted neo-Nazi who denies the Holocaust. Now the problem isn't that Pearl invited him on, but that during the podcast she never pushes back against any of the insane and horrible things he says. She just sits there nodding and going, uh-huh, as he talks about his racist ideologies. Deep down she knows this shit is horrible, but does nothing about it. Pearl's staff knew this was a bad idea from the start, but she didn't care. Correction, she started to care after the podcast faced loads of backlash, even from parts of her own audience. This led her to take it down, along with all clips she uploaded from it. Soon after she issued this apology, where she tried answering questions relating to the interview. Really, she just rambles on for 12 minutes, and she even starts by talking about the drink she just got at Starbucks.
What up, guys? Welcome to the JustPearlyThings YouTube channel, and welcome to Morning Coffee Thoughts, where I give my thoughts over morning coffee. Today I have a chai tea. I quit coffee. You guys don't care about what I'm drinking. Okay.
Pearl says she always gives the benefit of the doubt to those she interviews, and that she barely did any research on who Nick is. According to her, she only knew who Nick was due to him being on the no-fly list and losing his bank account. She didn't know he was a racist, but played it off as her being curious.
The reason I had him on was because, guys, people say that stuff about me. They say I'm sexist. They say I'm a misogynist. And, I really just like to give people the benefit of the doubt when I interview them. I don't go into interviews trying to interrogate someone. I just more try to listen and see where they're coming from. In hindsight, that wasn't smart. And in hindsight, I should have had someone, maybe Sarah Garvey, maybe another content creator that could have pushed back more and really was more educated on the topics that he was talking about than I was.
She also apologizes to a few of the stupid things she said on the podcast, mainly the conversation they had about slavery.
So I said that slavery was embellished in the interview. Now that not only is that comment insensitive, it's not accurate. There were things in slavery that were worse than what was shown on TV. What I was referring to, I don't even want to tell you guys what I was trying to say because it wasn't what came out and it doesn't even matter.
The rest of this video is her repeating over and over again how she'll learn from this and take accountability for it in order to regain a bit of her audience. Instead, she pissed them off even more, and the apology video is also deleted. Following this, Pearl would instead try to defend Nick by calling him a nice guy who just happens to have some crazy opinions. Way to underplay a neo-Nazi there, Pearl. But this wasn't the last controversy she was in, as she was accused of mistreating her employees and posted an anti-Semitic song on Twitter, the latter of which got her publicly embarrassed on Piers Morgan's show.
I'm going to be taking some time away to reflect and further educate myself on these topics.
James Charles. And just like Shane and Tana, James has had to make multiple apology videos over the years about their shitty behavior. But unlike them, James has had to apologize for his predatory behavior towards other men. It all started with the boring Toddy Westbrook drama, where she accused him of many things, including his attempts to seduce a heterosexual man. Oh, and there's lots of footage from his own videos where he flirts with straight guys. This ignited a civil war of sorts in the beauty community until James released the video No More Lies. Then in February 2021, James faced more allegations, this time more severe. A 16-year-old TikToker by the name of Isaiah released a video where he accused James of sending inappropriate messages. Not only did James pressure this boy into sexting with him, but he also sent him nudes. James tweeted out a response claiming the boy said he was 18, but this didn't matter. A bunch of other underage boys accused James of sending inappropriate messages to them as well. By late March, James had had enough and made a response video titled, Holding Myself Accountable. It being uploaded on April 1st is pretty fitting since the entire thing is a joke. Here he outright confirms the accusations that he was sexting with underage boys. The baffling part is, he simply describes this behavior as being reckless and desperate.
I like to think of myself as pretty put together and on top of things, and I couldn't understand why relationships were the one outlier. Why were they not working? Why was this area of me so different? And I finally came to a conclusion. It sucks and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I think I have to, and that is that I'm desperate.
No, James, this is disgusting and illegal. I find this counterintuitive to his message to be transparent and forward in this video. He also doesn't want to make excuses, despite continuing to go with the excuse that he didn't know the boys' ages.
My hope has always been to be in a relationship with somebody around my age or older that I can relate to and that can make me laugh. And unfortunately, I've not been able to find that person yet, but the idea of actually being in a relationship became so important to me that I was willing to trust too quickly, miss out on red flags, and most importantly, not take the precautionary measures that really anybody, but especially somebody with a public platform, should be taking before talking to anybody. And there's no excuse for that.
The rest of this apology is just him trying to stretch the video past 10 minutes and spouting out the typical buzzwords. Making this worse is his next video titled An Open Conversation, which he uploaded on July 2nd, 2021. Here he goes on and on about how he knows what he did was wrong, and that he won't be returning like none of this ever happened. This is ironic since that first apology has since been taken down. The one plus I'll add to the situation is that Ethan Klein made this banger tweet. Congratulations to James Charles on his Kids' Choice Award. It's great because kids have always been his choice too. P.S. Nickelodeon, please keep an eye on him during the after party.
We need more ideas. The cash chute is running low.
The Fine Bros. This one is just a classic. Brothers Benny and Rafi Fine got themselves into a massive firestorm of hate after releasing an announcement video for the React World project on January 26, 2016. This project would allow other YouTubers and companies to license their long list of shows, as long as they give them half their profits back to the Fine Brothers. People had multiple different problems with this announcement, as it sounds super sketchy, and they were trying to trademark the term React and a few others similar to it. Many pointed out how unoriginal their content really is, as it's simply just sitting people down and having them watch viral videos. This format has been done before, yet the Fine brothers insisted they have an exclusive right to the concept. They even implore their audience to stop watching other reaction content.
Part of why we believe this initiative is important is due to witnessing many creators, ourselves included, having their shows and formats blatantly stolen by companies and people, both online and on television. And we implore everyone not to support those companies and channels. When you notice someone ripping someone's format off, don't stand for it.
This came about when the reaction genre in general was being mass criticized, so Benny and Raffi found themselves in deep shit. They soon took down the announcement and issued an apology on February 1st, 2016. This video can be best summarized by the phrase passive-aggressive, as they sit there with steam coming out of the ears like a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
And what we've realized is that we completely screwed up with how we originally talked about this.
First and foremost, we're sorry for confusing people by using terminology like our React format. We were never trying to say that every video where someone reacts to something else is something we would try to control. When we referenced licensing the React format, we only meant our specific series, not the overall genre of reaction videos.
Yes, you did mean that. You literally told your audience to stop watching other reaction channels. You shouldn't need permission to make this content in the first place. This is like Disney, forcing all other movie studios to ask permission before making a movie. And then they have the gall to say that they wanted to help other creators, like that's what this is about. Really, this is about money and controlling people, and even giving them the benefit of the doubt, they explain the reaction world project terribly, yet they blame everyone else for not understanding it.
Another question is, have you applied for any trademarks? Yes, we have trademarks just like other companies that use trademarks to protect their properties. So for example, we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/react. So we're trying to protect it and not run the risk of losing our channel name thanks to someone else getting the trademark. But just because we have or might get trademarks doesn't mean we're going to run around and start taking down videos.
And the last thing we're going to talk about is if there has ever been a situation where we have to take down someone's video. Yes. And look, when you create series and products, sometimes there is specific situations where your content is being infringed.
Imagine spending so much of your apology seething and calling your audience a bunch of idiots. At the end, they announced that they will be rescinding all trademark applications and removing content ID claims on other people's videos. All of this over making reaction videos, the worst genre on all of YouTube. Despite losing over 500,000 subscribers, they kept making content, though over the past years they've been losing viewership. Part of that was due to the June 2020 allegations, where former employees accused the React company of having racist and sexist views.
Wanna join my free gift cards giveaway? Subscribe to my channel.
N&A Productions. Amir Fatui, just like JayStation, rose to prominence by making 3 AM challenge videos. Also like Jay, he would pretend to contact dead celebrities just hours after they died. On June 19, 2019, YouTuber and streamer Etika passed away due to suicide, as he had been suffering through severe mental health problems. Not too long after his death was announced, Amir released Calling Etika at 3 AM, and yes, this is as bad as you think. He unironically says 1 like equals 1 prayer. God damn.
Guys, I need everyone to go on the comment section right now and comment rest in peace Etika, alright guys? And 1 like equals 1 prayer for Etika, alright guys?
Wanna join my free gift cards giveaway?
He sounds way too happy in this video, telling us that he's super sad that Etika passed away. And not only is it scummy, but it's super annoying too. He talks like a broken record and says the phrase, "Alright guys," over 50 times.
Alright guys, alright guys, alright guys, alright guys, alright guys, alright guys.
This video got loads of hate pretty quickly, leading to Amir taking it down after a few hours. He then released a video simply titled, "Sorry," where he addressed the hate he got.
So I'm getting so much hate this past 2 days for making a 3 AM video on Etika. That's what everybody thinks. Everybody thinks I made a 3 AM video on Etika. But I didn't even make a 3 AM on Etika, alright guys? The video I uploaded, the title was just FaceTiming Etika. I didn't actually FaceTime Etika. I just titled the video FaceTiming Etika so you guys will actually watch it, alright guys?
Yeah, no shit. Obviously you didn't FaceTime Etika, all your videos are fake. Just the idea that you pretend to just capitalize on someone's suicide is what people are bashing you for.
Like, rest in peace Etika, like, How can I even FaceTime Etika, alright guys? This is like insane. Nobody watched it fully, alright guys? They just started hate commenting. And if you guys actually care about Etika, you guys would actually donate to him, alright guys? And I even left a link on the description to donate to Etika. That's why I added so many ads so I could actually make money from that video and donate it to Etika.
Okay, what are you even on about? Just admit that the video is for clout, not to donate money to people.
I just wanted to help out Etika. I just wanted to put the link on the description so people will actually donate to him, alright guys? How can I be? I even told you guys Etika passed away.
Look at him trying to guilt trip his audience again. What a fucking cunt. He then admits he thinks he did nothing wrong, but apologizes anyways in the most bitter way possible.
And I apologize for anything you guys think I did, alright guys? I didn't do anything, but I will apologize to you guys that I know I didn't do anything. Why should I even do that, guys? Like for one video. Why should I even do that? Get all this hate for one video which got like, I knew it's gonna get like 20,000 views for me, alright guys? And again, I apologize for anything you guys think I did. I actually apologize to you guys, alright guys? And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.
In reality, he's not sorry. Amir just yells at his audience for not understanding his big brain move of capitalizing off suicide. After this apology also got hate, he removed it too.
I've recently come under some fire on social media for mistakes I've made in the past.
Austin Jones. Austin had a decently successful music career on YouTube, but that's not what most people know him for. On May 10th, 2015, the website PupFresh reported that Austin Jones had a habit of sexting minors and asking for nudes, while explicitly knowing how young they were. There were even screenshots showcasing how horrid these chats were. Austin's first move after these allegations came out was to beg some of these girls to not leak their private texts. But by this point the damage was done, and Austin announced on Facebook that he would be taking a break from music. He even withdrew from the upcoming Vans Warped Tour, which was a massive deal for him. Then on June 28th, 2015, Austin released the video Setting the Record Straight. In the beginning, he addressed that some of the allegations are true, mainly that he'd request these underage girls to send him twerking videos, but nothing else.
But first, what I want to do is set the record straight. Since this started online, there are a lot of rumors and a lot of lies. They're just not true. Nothing ever went further than twerking videos. There were never any nudes, never any physical contact. It never happened. So, I just have to get that out there because nothing ever went further.
He denies any claims of sexting and grooming minors, which will come to bite him in the ass. Then Austin tries to guilt trip his audience by expressing how much the hate has gotten to him. He even claims that he went to the hospital over a suicide attempt, which is why it took him so long for this video to come out. And to add on to that, he talks about supposed trauma from his past, like having various family members die at a young age.
What I did was wrong. It's plain and simple, and there's no excuse for it. But the biggest question I get asked is why? Why did this happen? Why did I ask for those things? So in order to figure out why, you have to look at the reasons. And the reasons lie in my past.
At the end of the day, none of that is an excuse for sexting minors, and he seems to admit that. He even says this in the video.
I was desperate for reassurance. I wanted to feel good about myself. At the time, I thought it was just fun and goofy. You know, I was young, I was stupid. I wasn't thinking clearly.
Yeah, asking for twerking videos from young teens is not fun and goofy. I shouldn't even have to explain that, but there are people online who would legit try to argue that. This apology did get a bit of hate, but some were still supportive of Austin and his music. In fact, he even released an album the following year. Then on June 12, 2017, Austin was arrested on CP charges as he had continued to sex with underage girls. His phone was searched, and his mother paid a $100,000 release bond. He spent the next year and a half under house arrest, but was not allowed to use the internet until his trial. The trial occurred on February 1st, 2019, to which he pleaded guilty to the CP charge. He was deemed guilty by the judge and began his 10-year sentence in June. 5 days after the trial, his YouTube account was terminated.
I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
EDP 445. I feel like mostly everyone knows what this dude did, so I'll just speedrun it. Brian Moreland became known for making videos raging over football and taking fat sneaky shits. He was accused of sexting multiple different minors, leading to the group Predator Poachers catching him in a sting operation. He outright admitted that he came there to meet up with a 13-year-old girl, but according to him it was just to get a cupcake. Following this, he got banned from every social media and made multiple attempts to come back. He came back up in the news earlier this year when he made a video accusing Chris Tyson of being a predator who openly enjoys lolicon.
We gotta protect our youth. We gotta protect our kids and our goddaughters and our nephews and our nieces and our cousins from weird ass freak motherfuckers like this, you feel me?
This coming from EDP of all people is really the icing on the cake, or the icing on the cupcake. After rightfully getting hate for this, he made a video alleging that the sting operation was all fake, and it was a skit for a movie. This was easily disproved, and EDP stayed out of the spotlight for a while, as he slowly started to die from stage 5 kidney failure. Then on June 7, 2023, he released an apology video to his website. It was of course reposted various different times on YouTube, so I'll count it. Here he barely alludes to what he was even caught for, and vaguely refers to it as that YouTube shit.
But with that being said, I want to take full responsibility for my actions that happened on April 21st, 2021. The entire YouTube shit that went down, the entire YouTube incident, you know what I mean, that went the fuck down. I'm not even going to get into it. You guys already know what the fuck happened. I'm taking full responsibility, full accountability for my actions. You know what I mean?
Not once does he apologize to any child he groomed or sent shit pics to. He just sits there saying how he wants a second chance at an online career. Now if you're wondering why it took EDP 2.5 years to make this apology, he says this is due to talking with lawyers.
For the longest of time, I've been talking to different lawyers, right? Trying to get an understanding of what to say and what not to say in this video. You know what I mean? This has been a long time coming. I've been trying to fucking prepare for this shit. You know what I mean? So it's not like, you know, there's rumors out there saying that, oh, I don't have any remorse for what I did. I am completely fucking remorseful. I have done everything that I can to try to apologize to my friends, to my family, to the ones that this hurt the most.
In reality, he realized there's no point to denying it anymore, as every attempt he's made failed. This is his final attempt at redemption, which wouldn't have worked anyways as only a month later, it was revealed that he sexted another minor. This led to an actual investigation finally opening up, which could result in a 10-year sentence. Good riddance, you sleazy chode.
Hey you, yeah, you. Do you know what kind of train this is? Huh? Train, do you know what kind of train this is? Well, do ya?
The toxic gossip train.
Colleen Ballinger. Ah yes, you guys knew this one was going to show up late in this video. And it truly is one of the worst, as this crazy lady pulled out a ukulele to start singing the toxic gossip train. Now when did this all start? Well, Colleen, who is known for her character Miranda Sings, got accused by various fans of being a groomer and a pedophile. In April 2020, YouTuber Adam McIntyre exposed Colleen for sending him her panties in the mail. Adam was 13 at the time, and he didn't realize yet how messed up this is. He'd end up getting hate from Colleen's audience, causing drama to emerge. She responded by saying it was a mistake to send them, but that Adam had asked for them. According to Adam, that's not the case, and she even said this during a live stream.
Do you want the bra, Adam?
Adam, do you want the bra and panties? Tweet right now.
Oh my god. Yeah, Adam, let me know what you want. He's in Ireland. Hi, Adam, I love you. Okay. I'm sending him something. Okay, maybe he'll want the panties. Although then his parents will be like, you're not allowed to watch who is sending you panties.
In June 2023, it was revealed by YouTuber Cody Tyler Dahl that Colleen had a group chat with various fans, all being between the ages of 14 to 16. Here she asked sexual questions and tried asking for nudes. Again, in a chat with all minors. Oh, and she was accused of being racially insensitive. So, on June 28, 2023, she released this quaint little video titled, Hi! She tells us her legal team advised her not to talk about the situation, but she found a loophole, singing about it. For the next 10 minutes she busts out the old uke and sings about the so-called toxic gossip train.
Many years ago, I used to message my fans, but not in a creepy way like a lot of you are trying to suggest. It was more of a loser kind of way, where I was just trying to be besties with everybody. It's kind of
like when you go to like a family gathering, you know, and there's a weird aunt there, keeps coming up to you and going like, "Hey girl, what's the tea?" And you're like, "Ugh." That was me, but in group chats with my fans.
Instead of admitting she groomed kids, she copes by saying she was just being a weirdo. "Oh, silly me, I was just being quirky when I asked those 14-year-old boys for pictures of their assholes." Like half the other retards on this list, she says how she'll be now taking accountability for her actions. If she was taking accountability, she'd at least fully admit to what she's done.
I'm sure you're disappointed in my shitty little song. I know you wanted me to say that I was 100% in the wrong. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna take that route of admitting to lies and rumors that you made up for clout.
This just barely counts as an apology video, as the rest is her trying to preach to us about toxic online behavior. She's trying to make this similar to something like the James Gunn situation, when that couldn't be true at all. She's not being hated on over making edgy tweets like 10 years ago. She's being outed as a predator. And this was only a few years ago too. This was a grown-ass woman who knew what she was doing. In fact, she knew this video was going to go viral, and tried to take as much money off of this as possible before going into exile. She put this up on Spotify and even attempted placing copyright notices on response videos. And if getting more money motivates her to get off the internet, make that bag, sis. This became one of the most talked about internet videos of the year, with hundreds of YouTubers making responses. A lot of these really added nothing to the conversation, with dying breadtubers using this as an opportunity to make a few more bucks. More has since come to light following this, mainly regarding Colleen's creepy interactions with JoJo Siwa. A few months ago, during a podcast of Howie Mandel, she attempted to speak up for Colleen. JoJo thinks the allegations are false and she never groomed anyone. I find this more sad than anything else. I won't be surprised if Colleen groomed her too. While I was writing this, I found out that she enabled a bunch of weird restrictions in the comments section. No comments made after early July will show up, and no comment replies will show up either. Also, most of the comments are positive, or at least being a bit sarcastic.
This has gotten to a point where my name is being dragged in the mud, and I am going to stand up for myself and tell the truth.
Sienna Mae. Now, Sienna is mainly known for producing content on TikTok, where she has almost 13 million followers, but she has a decent presence on YouTube as well, where she'd end up posting the worst apology video I've ever seen. Sienna mainly posts content relating to body positivity, which she capitalized on by producing different clothes lines. She actually got herself into controversy over this, as one of her clothing lines included the phrase, "Did you eat today?" But that paled in comparison to what would happen the following year. In May 2021, fellow content creator Mason Rizzo posted a Notes-app tweet alluding to Sienna Mae being abusive, specifically towards Jack Wright. Jack and Sienna were good friends, posting content together that made them seem like a couple, but in reality they were not, and Jack had boundaries set between them. Sienna reportedly ignored these boundaries on multiple occasions, with her recent behavior leading to things being made public. Sienna released this video a few days later, saying that all these claims against her were false.
Mason, you posted false claims and you slandered my name, and we all know that none of this is true. Whatever evidence you think you have, either post it or send it to me and I'll post it, because you have nothing. Actually, keep posting things, because we both know that's not true, and my legal team is gathering evidence as we speak. I hope you're ready for the real consequences that come from these seriously false allegations.
In response, another one of Jack's friends posted this disturbing video. It shows Sienna on top of Jack, groping him and aggressively making out with him. It's pretty clear in the video that he's unconscious. As soon as this video was recorded, the guy who got up from the couch pushed her off of him. Sienna then posted this on her Instagram and sent all of these guys cease and desist letters in order to legally intimidate them. She then posted another video trying to disprove this evidence, which failed miserably.
Clip of me kissing Jack? He is also kissing me. I was looking at him face to face. He was kissing me back. Lachlan claims that he was unconscious. If he was unconscious, why did his arm move when you got up? And also, why was he kissing me back?
She then took a month off social media before posting this video on July 7, 2021. Here she begins with this pretentious speech about how the past month of her life has been so hard.
I decided to take a month off of social media due to the negativity surrounding my platform. It was honestly one of the most difficult times in my life for many reasons. But through struggle, I found clarity within myself and with who I want to surround myself with.
Ah yes, trying to come off as a victim. Good job.
My purpose in this life is to create, and whether that's silly TikTok dances or showing unedited photos of myself, creating and inspiring is what fulfills me. I know that this is why God and the universe have given me this platform.
Yep, God wants you to make goofy TikTok dances and tight bikinis. You sure hit the mark there. She then talks about how she's still learning and growing, which is the only actual apology she gives, because right after that she thanks her family and sponsors, since that's the only thing important to her. Oh, and here she goes, doing an interpretive dance to the Sam Smith song Young. You know, a song with the lyrics,
It's 100 boys and I feel like I'm tied to them.
Great lyric to have playing in your video while responding to sexual assault allegations. I mean, singing on the ukulele is pretty bad, but why would you try busting a move in your underwear in response to abuse allegations? And even ignoring all that, her dancing fucking sucks. It doesn't even sync up with the song and just looks like her spazzing out after another cocaine-induced party. This was rightfully mocked and parodied online, leading to her taking down the original YouTube upload, though apparently she forgot to take it down on Instagram. It's pretty hard to find a re-upload on YouTube, since Sienna loves to copyright strike them. This drama would die down until early 2022, when Jack released a video of his own. Here he details all the horrible things Sienna has done to him, which goes from harassment, stalking, and multiple instances of sexual assault. Sienna would dig her hole even deeper by trying to deny much of this, which made her look even more guilty. In May 2022, she posted this video to her YouTube channel. It's a lip-sync music video to the Dominic Fike song Cancel Me, where she tries to assert that the hate she's been getting is an attempt to simply cancel her. It's not. It's people rightfully calling you out for your criminal behavior. She still has a loyal fanbase though, who don't seem to care or know about how horrible she is. I mean, Sienna abused men, called those accusing her liars, got hate, made a video barely addressing things, and continued shitting on the guy she assaulted. At least with Colleen, she made a small amount of effort to address what she's accused of. Sienna didn't try at all and did a complete 180 afterwards. This is not only the worst apology video ever posted to YouTube, but one of the worst ever videos posted to the platform.
I've done nothing wrong, I'm young.
I don't know if she'll ever be sorry. I don't know if she'll ever learn from what she did or she'll ever admit to what she did. But I just don't want her to do this to other people.